Hi, and welcome to another session. In this session, I want to talk about one of the products that I did not create. And there's a story behind it. Actually, I have all kinds of stories, and in this particular one, it was from a physician who actually ended up becoming my mentor for about 15 years before he passed away. And it was a Dr. Peter Rothschild. He started working with my products in his practice in Mexico. And when he came to the United States, we met and he asked me to make a product that he developed in Austria and Germany back in the 50s with a partner. We ended up creating a product for him called Recovery Zymes. And if you look at the label, you'll see on there it says W-Zymes, and that's out of respect for Peter or a previous product, I guess. At any rate, Recovery Zymes is fabulous for occasional inflammation. And obviously, proteolytic enzymes have more than just dealing with inflammation that generally arises from, let's say, sports kinds of activities. And the way that it works is really interesting, because what the enzymes do, and here's a list of the enzymes that are in the product. What these enzymes do, especially the protease, is that, and the bromelain and the trypsin and chymotrypsin, what they do is they hunt down mutated proteins. So the question comes up, well, why is that important and how do proteins become mutated? Well, there's two fundamental causes. One of them is discussed in the Ultimate Detox and Cleanse, and that is when your body is manufacturing proteins, maybe a toxin will get involved and you end up having a mutated protein. Now, mutated proteins cause a couple of different reactions in the body, and one of them, the one that we're dealing with primarily in this conversation, is inflammation from sports injuries, let's say. So what happens is that when you damage yourself, then fats, carbs, protein, and the immune system all rush to the area. The immune system to clean up any of the damaged cells and get rid of them so that they don't proliferate and create other problems. As far as the fats, carbs, and proteins go, they're there to repair any damage that is necessary or essential. Sometimes when they are done their work, there are hunks and chunks of protein left over, protein peptides. And if they remain on site, they too will end up re-stimulating inflammation. So what the recovery zymes do, what the proteolytic enzymes do, is they go in, they hunt down those peptides, those hunks and chunks, and they break them apart so that there's no further inflammation. So that's how they work. You work out, and sometimes you become inflamed from whatever the activity may be. Who knows? At any rate, take a look at the proteolytic enzymes. They're, if you do three times a day, I think within 3-4 days that inflammation will be gone. That's my own personal experience from working out and hurting myself. What can I tell you? At any rate, if you're dealing with that kind of inflammation, don't hesitate to try the Recovery Zymes. I think you'll be pleased with the results that you get. Thanks for listening. Have yourself a hurt-free day, but keep up that exercise. It's great for you. And one of the beautiful things about exercising is that it oxygenates your body. And you know what? Oxygen feeds your mind, your brain actually, as well as cancer. Our number 2 killer these days cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment. And it's really interesting because from my point of view, for those of you who have listened to other sessions that I've done, oxygen is symbolic of spirit. Why? God lives in heaven. Therefore, air is part of that, spirit. And oxygen is essential. Without it, we die. Without spirit, we die. Isn't that fascinating? Anyway, have yourself a fabulous everything. Exercise as best you can. Energize yourself. Fill yourself with true spirit. And have a fabulous everything. Take care and be well. Thanks.